Batoon Esquire. How are you, my dear? It is so good to see you again.
I know. It has been a minute or three.
Yes, it has. It has. I think the last time I saw you, we were at it was like this philanthropic event in DC. And
Hmm.
so, that's been a while back.
It's
It's
been
been
a
a while.
while.
Yes. But okay, so here's what I want to start off with. I normally give my audience the standard bio on my guests, but then I like to ask the guests to tell us what you want us to know about Star Babatoon Esquire.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much. And it is really good to see you. So, as you know, my name is Star Babatoon. I am an attorney, speaker, and trainer. My background is in employment litigation, which means I handle cases in discrimination, wrongful termination, all the things that bring us together as a people. No, not
Mhm.
so much. I transitioned into being a diversity counselor, counseling Fortune 500 companies to grow their diversity while staying on the right side of the law. What I found when I was doing the diversity work is that a lot of our problems really stem from a lack of communication. And so I sort of went into doing more of the communication, public speaking, and storytelling. And that's what I do now. I work with mostly professional women to help them craft and deliver amazing, heartfelt stories that get them more influence and more income.
Wow. Now, I know that there is a little more of a story behind your becoming a speaker and a coach. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you actually get into doing this from
Well,
being, go from attorney to being a speaker and a coach?
all right. So here's what happened. I'm gonna take you back, right? And take you way back. I started out as a performer, an actress on
Okay.
television, on movies, on stage, and I gotta tell you, I absolutely loved what I did. I love being on stage, being the center of attention. Yes, but what I really loved was the impact that I would have in an audience. I just really loved that. Now, at the height of my career, there was a lot of tension going on in my family, a lot of stress. And I just, I assumed that it was my fault. I assumed that my success was bringing this tension into my home. And so when I got old enough, when I turned 18, I was done. That's it. I'm not going to be on the stage again. I'm not going to take center stage again. I'm not going to, you know, be in front. I took my light, my voice, this thing that I love, and I put it in a box, taped it up, put it up on the shelf. And I left it there. And I'm like going on with life. And I had a pretty good life. Life was good. Do not feel sad for me because it was good. I got married, had a couple of kids. I became an attorney. Loved the work that I was doing.
Mhm.
Everything is good. Everything is good. So you ever have this feeling where nothing is wrong,
But
but something's
something.
not right,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's why it's like it kept getting bigger and bigger, and I was ignoring it because I had a good life, right? We got the double six-figure incomes, we got the cars, the vacation, kids in private school. I am not messing that up. But Les Brown says that when you are too afraid to make a move in your life, life will move on you. Have you experienced that?
Oh, yeah.
I
Definitely.
know you have, right? So in
Mhm.
the span of a year, life moved on me. My father passed away,
Mm.
my marriage fell apart,
Mhm.
and my job disappeared.
Mm.
I was sort of stripped of everything that identified who I was,
Mhm.
fell into a very deep, dark depression. And a friend of mine, asked me to come to a one of those positive, motivational seminars,
Patience. Mhm.
personal development. You know the thing. Dr.
Mhm.
Madeline, can I just tell you, I was not interested. No, thank you. I'm having a pity party over here, and I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good. But she convinced me to go. And so
Mhm.
I'm in the audience and I'm trying to adjust my attitude. I'm trying to adjust my attitude. And as I'm sitting in the audience, onto the stage comes world renowned motivational speaker,
Yes.
Les Brown, right? I didn't even know who Les Brown was. So he gets on there and he is, he is dynamic. He's funny. He made me laugh. He made me cry. And then, Dr. Madeline, he had a personal conversation with me, a one-on-one conversation with just me. Yeah, there were 2,000 people in the audience, but he was talking to me, right?
Mm.
He talked about how thrilled he was for the millions of lives that he has positively impacted over the years. But his greatest regret were the lives he did not touch when he hid his voice.
Mm.
14 years he stayed on the sidelines, hiding his light, hiding his gift, hiding his voice. And that was his greatest regret.
Mm.
That was a conversation for me. That was just for me, and I realized I had been doing the same thing for 25 years.
Mm.
25 years is a lifetime.
Yes.
I tell you, before that man got off the stage, I had signed up for his program. And I went on to train with him, to work with him. I traveled with Les and spoke with him internationally and nationally, and I ran his speaker training program. And then from there, I went on to work with a national speaker company, where I became #1 in sales and performance. And then, people started saying, "Oh, can you help me? Because I'd like to speak. I'd like to do that too." Because I didn't intend to become a speaker coach,
Mm-hmm.
but that's where it kept coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, everything regarding communication just became in the forefront to me. And so I started my company, Star Consulting LLC.
Mm-hmm.
And, right now I work under Own Your Stage.
Okay.
Because I feel, as I've said before, that every time you speak, it's a performance.
Mm-hmm.
And every place you speak is a stage, but there are so many of us, especially women,
Yes.
especially women who are not given the performances that they can.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many women who have taken their gift, their light, their voice, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And if they haven't put it away in a box, they have dimmed it. They have turned it down. They have ignored it. They are not giving the best performances they can on the stages they own. Mm-hmm. So my mission is to work with these professional women to, illuminate their light and to unmute their voices.
Wow. That is awesome. So most of the individuals that you work with, the majority is women, or do you only focus on women?
I do not focus on women. I do not. And I have male clients and I work with male clients.
Mm-hmm.
That's what comes to me. Mm-hmm. So that's where I work. I was working with a coach because, coaches need a coach.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about my audience and la. We talked about, I work with talented speakers, blah, 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 blah. Then I just went through my, Rolodex, just went to my client list and like, nope, none of these people would call themselves speakers. Mm-hmm. They are talented, but they wouldn't call themselves speakers. And it's mostly women. It's mostly professional women. So that's just, I'm embracing them. They are choosing me and I'm choosing them back.
Wow. So why are you so passionate about helping people tell their stories? Because I was listening to one of your videos where you told this dynamic story. And the thing about it is you brought the audience into it, and it's like when you started out, it's almost like, okay, we didn't know you were talking about you until kind of the very end when you said that person was me.
Right.
Why are you so passionate about helping people tell their stories?
Mostly because I know what it's like to mute my voice. And I know what it's like. So, one of my mentors used to always say that the way we live our lives is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. And most people are believing a limiting story. Mm-hmm. Most people are believing a story that has been created by family, by friends, by institutions, a story that is not based in truth. It is not based on our potential and what we could do. Mm-hmm. It's based on someone else's interpretation. And I believe that we have to address that story and we have to reframe that story. We have to make it a story that is not about being a victim and not about what other people say, but it is a story about hope, a story about what we've learned, a story about what we can do. When we have that kind of story, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. And so that's one of the reasons I believe it is so important to learn to tell your story. Now, there are financial reasons also.
Mhm.
Studies show that, that when a person is in storytelling mode, listening and receiving, listening and telling, that the brain, releases a hormone, the love hormone, right? That makes you feel all warm and friendly. And before you dive into like, I got to show you this or I want to sell you this, you got to make a connection.
Right.
Telling a story is the best way to make a connection. In business, whatever business you are in, there are 1,000 people doing the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
1,000 people. What's going to distinguish you from everybody else?
Mhm.
Your story. Your story distinguishes you, and your story helps with conversion. Like I said, you make that connection. Studies have also shown that people, when they feel connected, when they are emotionally connected, they are more willing to buy again, and they're not as interested in price. What's that now? So those are the reasons why I'm so passionate about storytelling. On the
Mhm.
personal side, it helps you become, like I like to say, it helps you embrace your inner light and be the star that you were born to be. And on the business side, it helps you have more income, more impact, and more influence.
Wow. Now I know, did studying or working with Les Brown, because as you said, he is a very powerful speaker on stage. I mean, when you hear him, he just, made what is it? Mamie Brown's baby boy. I mean,
Right,
he just
that's right.
he brings you in to, to what he's saying. So do you think that being, with him, as you studied the things, his techniques or whatever, that also helped you to craft your story and to be able to go on stage and have such an impact? Because it's like the words that I started off when I introduced you: engaging, knowledgeable, entertaining, and impactful. I have heard you speak, so I know that these words describe you. And I mean, and when you listen to Les Brown, he's very engaging too, very, like you said, very impactful. Do you think some of that rubbed off on you, or it
Are
just kind
you
of kept you
kidding
in
me?
your comfort zone?
Absolutely. Now, I mean, I have a background in theater, right? So from the
Right.
time I was able to walk, I was in dance class. I took ballet, I took modern, I took African dance. I was in acting classes. We got scene study, we got improv. I was in singing classes. Those didn't go so well. But, I spent a lifetime preparing to be on the stage or being on the stage, right?
Oh,
Preparing to be in front of a camera or being in front of a camera. This was my entire youth. So I have that background, right? And then I came to work with Les, and he just gave me the structure, how to tell a story,
mm,
because when I was and it was in Aspen, Colorado, and I'm in the audience, that's when Les came on the stage. Now, Les wasn't the only speaker. There were other speakers there, right? Brian Tracy was there. Michael Gerber was there. And those speakers are very similar.
mhm,
And I'm sitting here going, is there room for someone like me? Because I got a little personality,
mhm.
I'm a little, you know, so I was concerned. But when Les came on, I was like, oh, that's what I want to be when I grow up. That's what I want to be. So that's where I started with that background. But yeah, working with Les was an amazing experience, right? I was his personal assistant for a while. So that means I traveled with him to all those speaking engagements, right?
Mm,
So I get to see the master
firsthand.
before the engagement,
Mhm,
how he's preparing. I get to see the master on the stage,
mhm.
and we get to have the debrief after. I mean, you cannot pay for that. I guess you can pay for it, but that kind of experience was just phenomenal. And I'm a learner. I like to study, and I studied him.
Mhm.
A lot of times when I would come to see him speak, or I was with him speaking, they would have, the front row for his guests. I wouldn't sit in the front row.
Okay.
I'd be in the back,
Hmm.
watching him and watching the audience.
Okay.
Does that, the audience does this. When he does that, the audience is to, ooh, look at that head nodding. I was taking notes
Hmm.
and, applying that. And as a trainer, as a program manager for his speaker training program, I would take what he was doing and I would share that. I would break it down. And the more you teach something, the more you learn. So did he have an influence on me? Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. When I went to work for the national training company,
Hmm.
I ended up being number one in sales and performance. And I believe that a lot of it came from Les and the fact that I was using storytelling. Look, I'm teaching classes in Family Medical Leave Act. I'm teaching classes in Title VII. These are not fun classes, people.
Nope.
Not fun
Nope.
classes, but because of what I learned from Les, I was able to bring stories and entertainment in there. And absolutely believe that that is what helped me become
Hmm.
number one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I thank him today. This is like 15 years ago. We talk every now and again. I'm like, Les, I just did X, Y, and Z. I just want to thank you for that foundation.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. So what has made the biggest difference in your business? What do you think has made the biggest difference? And would it be, I don't know, maybe the biggest difference, especially since we've had to go through this pandemic too? A lot of people had to pivot and change the way they were doing things in their business.
Yeah, there was definitely a pivot. March hit, and I usually have 6 months worth of speaking engagements and such on my calendar. I actually wasn't doing as much coaching then,
Hmm.
and yeah, those engagements went away. That was a very scary time. It was a very scary
Hmm.
time. It required pivoting, and then once I realized, well, I was in denial like everybody else. It's just going to be a couple of weeks.
Right.
Once I accepted that this was going to be it, it's like, what do I do next? And video was, that's what we're going to do. We're going to Zoom it. So the biggest challenge was, okay, I feel like I have kind of a big personality. I walk around, I do a lot. I'm very expressive. I get in people's faces. I'm not going to do that in Zoom. And so it took learning how to be engaging in Zoom, how to get people to respond,
Hmm.
to continue to talk to them. So that I would say that was the biggest challenge, recently, is making that adjustment. And that is also when I started doing more coaching, because there were more people who were like, I don't want to be in front of a camera. I don't
Yeah.
like it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, all right. And so business started to grow from there. Now,
Hmm.
before, being a public speaking and storytelling coach, I transitioned from being an attorney to being an HR consultant.
Hmm. Okay.
So I did a lot of work with, small and mid-sized companies, helping them grow their diversity, helping them get organized. Because organizations bring me in all the time. They used to bring me in all the time. What's wrong with our people? Our
Hmm.
people, they're not doing, they won't do their jobs, and they're just, what's wrong with our people? And I'd come up and I'm like, what's wrong with your people is they don't have good managers.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
need better management.
Hmm.
They need rules and policies, and y'all need to do what you say you're gonna do or don't say it. All these things, right? And so
Hmm.
I did a lot of that, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I did get to a point where it's like it got very frustrating, right? And so another challenge was, do I keep doing this thing that's not bringing me joy? It's paying the bills. It's not bringing me joy, or do I trust myself and trust, you know,
Right.
the
Yeah.
universe
Yes.
to take care of me if I take this big jump?
Hmm.
That, and I know a lot of people have that challenge. It's hard to leave something that is steady and good, but one of the things that bothered me is, I'd go into these organizations and I'd tell them, what to do and clean it up, and they'd pay me tens
Mm-hmm.
of thousands of dollars, tens
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
thousands of dollars, and then they'd go back and do exactly what they were doing before.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, see, I'm not making the impact
Yeah.
that I want to make. And so, but now as more of a speaker trainer, a public speaking coach, I make the impact. I got to tell you, the most beautiful thing I have is when someone comes to me and they're lacking confidence,
Mm.
they're lacking clarity in their message, right?
Yes.
They are, can't get that content together. They are lacking conversions, right? When they come to me and they're lacking those things and they're like, Star, can you help me? And we go through our process and we work, and I can see them grow. You can see the confidence, the things that they are willing to try that they weren't willing to try before.
Yeah.
I know that I'm making an impact. And that's what it's all about. It's all about making that impact, being a positive influence in the lives of others. I believe that is our greatest honor. And I get to do that every single day. I love it. I love it.
Wow, that is phenomenal. And I feel the same way. I mean, there's nothing more fulfilling than seeing someone who been able to coach, and especially when you get them out of that comfort zone and they really start blossoming and blooming, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then you see them and they come back and they're just it's just a total different thing, but it makes you feel so good because, like you say, you made that impact, which is what when someone comes for help, like you say, that confidence factor, they don't have that, the low self-esteem, the voice being muted because they won't speak up, all those things, and that's what you get to help them work on,
Mhm.
and then see at the end of it that they've actually grabbed hold and now they're moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And in addition to that, they're moving forward in their businesses, in their careers,
Yes.
doing the things that they're supposed to do. So now they are going to have a better impact than
On
others.
someone else.
You know what I'm saying? So this is not, and this in the work that you do, it's just not about us, and it's just not about our clients.
Mhm.
It's about everyone that you are here to serve, everyone who needs to hear your voice.
Yes.
Because I know I said it before, 1,000 people are doing exactly what you are doing.
Mhm.
But no one's doing it like you,
Right.
and someone is waiting for your exact voice.
Mhm.
I was in that audience in Aspen. Les was not the only speaker. There were lots of great speakers there.
But he was the one that made the biggest impact on you.
He
Yeah.
was the one that made the impact on me. And
Mhm.
it's another reason why it's so important for each of us to illuminate our light and our voices, because there's someone in the audience who's waiting for you, for your story,
Yes.
your voice, for your business. Someone. And when you don't speak your truth, when you don't use your voice, those people don't have their opportunity to be who they're supposed to be.
Absolutely. Wow. This is I hope my viewers and listeners are out there and you are, taking notes and listening to these nuggets that we are getting from my guest, Star Babatune. She is just phenomenal when on stage. And if you're having the issue of freezing in front of the camera, because some people get in front of the camera and all of a sudden it's like everything goes blank, she is the one that can help you through that. So we're going to take a break right now, and then we'll come back and let her share some more of her nuggets with us.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're going to take a break. We're listening. This is the Successful Women Show, and my guest is Star Babatune, and we are going to take a commercial break right now and let some of the sponsors do their thing. I hope my engineer is there. Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common. Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
I'm Star Babatun, and I believe that every time you speak, it's a performance, and every place you speak is a stage. And I love training and coaching coaches, consultants, professionals, business owners to give more dynamic presentations every time they speak. And I focus on clarity, connection, and conversion. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, please do. I'm at starbabatun.com, starbabatun.com. Phone number 703-593-9106. I want to see you on stage.
Wow. Welcome back to the Successful Women Show, where my guest is Miss Star Babatoon Esquire. And this topic tonight is on your stage. She is giving us some great nuggets for those who are speakers and you are trying to get out there on that stage, be confident about it, have a clear message, and to have your voice be heard. Then she is the person for you to connect with. Engaging, knowledgeable, entertaining, and impactful. I love it. I love it. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
just like I said, soaking up all this information that you're giving us tonight. So my next question to you is, what steps would someone take to become a better storyteller? Give us some tips on that.
Mm. Steps to becoming a better storyteller. You
Yes.
know, I believe that the first thing you need is to know where you're going.
Okay.
You got to know where you're going, why you're going, right? A lot of people jump up and they'll just start talking or they'll just start sharing, right? People share those stories that go on and on and on and on and on, right? They share the stories that go on and on. And at the end of the moment, at the end of it, you're like, so was there a point? Is there a point? My daughter, worst storyteller ever, but I love her, right? My daughter, she's like, Mommy, Jennifer and Gail and Hannah and I were in the park and there was a bee. Baby, what is your point? No point. Just wanted to share that with you. That's my daughter, right? Now that's cute and I love her because, I'm going to listen to her anyway. But as a professional woman in the corporate space, as a person who's on stage trying to lead, oh no. You can't do that, right? Because people will judge you. People won't follow you.
Yes.
You're not going to make that impact. And so you need to know where you're going. So I encourage people to have what I call a map. You heard of a map, right? It kind of tells you where you're going. So you need a map. Here's what you need to know. You need to know your message. You need to know your audience. And you need to be clear on your purpose. Your message, your audience, your purpose. That is your map. So what is your message? What do you want the people to walk away thinking after you speak, right? And I do, I co-facilitate a 3-day event called the Master Storyteller Academy with my partner, Andy Henriquez. And so we, over the course of 3 days, we help people discover, develop, and deliver their powerful, impactful signature stories, right? But before we do that, we have something called a clarity call, right? Clarity call is a one-on-one coaching call with me where I'm going to get you clear. And one of the first things I ask is, all right, so what is it you want to say? What is your message? And people will say, and this, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And they go on and on. I'm like, so, but what's the message, right? The message is hope. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. And people generally don't know what they want to say to an audience. Now, how do you think that works for the audience? When you don't know what the heck you want to say? So you got to know what your message is. What is your message? You need to know who you are talking to. And that's actually going to impact the message. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to women in corporate America between 35 and 45. Okay, that's fine. That's good. We want to know. Some people like to talk to men. Some people like to talk to women. I want to talk to people in ministry. I want to talk to corporate America. I want to talk to small business owners. That's okay. Know who that is. Very good. But that is not enough. We also want to know, what is it that your audience feels? What do they feel? Because, decisions are made based on feelings. So you've got to tap into, what does that audience want? What do they feel now? What do they want to feel? Are they frustrated? Are they overwhelmed? Right? Are they confused? Are they feeling guilty? We want to know what those emotions are. So that's like the first step. The reason why we want to know what those emotions are is because we want to bring them into our story. We want to bring them into our story so that we can reflect those emotions back to the audience. And then last thing you need to know is your purpose. Why are you talking to me in the first place? Why are you speaking to this audience? I just need you to be clear. Is it that you want to give them information? You're trying to inform them. That's cool. That's cool. What do you want them to know? Perhaps you are talking to them because you want to inspire them. You want to make them feel a certain way. Maybe feel that things are possible. Feel better about, life, or feel worse about our environment. What do you want them to feel? What do you want them? And then maybe you are teaching them something. Maybe that's what you're doing. What do you want them to do? Right? What do you want them to learn? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to feel? What do you want? And what do you want them to do at the end of the time you're talking? I mean, what is your purpose here? You want to get them to sign up with you? You want to get them to buy your program? You want to get them to take this information and use it somewhere else? I just need you to know what your purpose is so that you can aim for it, right? This is why, sometimes people are telling stories and they're all over the place because they don't have a map. And if you don't know where you're going, you're taking your audience and they don't know where you're going and you're going to lose them. You know what? Because you don't know where you're going. My phone is much more interesting.
Yeah.
So first step is you got to know your map, right? I mean, that's a place to start. I would say, hey, coach, get some help. There are lots of opportunities out there. You don't have to do it alone, and you need to recognize that you need help. So let me just tell you this. I remember when I first started working for the training company, right? And I'm teaching FMLA. And so it's my first day. It's my first day with the training company. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of nervous. I'm teaching this legal topic. And I go in and I get started. And this audience hated me. They hated me. They did not respect me as an expert. They, would ask me questions on everything. And when I bluffed the answers, they would Google it. They threw Google in my face. It was humiliating. Wow. It was terrible. And then, when they left, they were angry and upset and demanding refunds. This is my first day, Dr. Mallory. And I remember they left, and I'm sitting in the meeting room, sitting on one of the chairs, and I'm just crying. The company has us do these evaluations, and I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you about the evaluations. And I'm thinking, that's it. That's it. I just know I'm about to be fired, right? My speaking career just started. I'm about to be fired. But here's what else I knew. I knew that this was all my fault. It was my fault because I did not prepare. Because I didn't do the work that I needed to get ready for this, because I'm thinking, look, I'm an actress. I got this, right? I'm an attorney. I do this stuff all the time. I got this. I was trained by world-renowned motivational speaker Les Brown. I got this. But the truth was I didn't got it. The truth was I didn't have it because my ego got so big. I don't need any help. I could do this. I could do this by the seat of my pants, right? One of my friends says, when you do things by the seat of your pants, you end up on your butt. I ended up on my butt. It was embarrassing, but it was an excellent learning lesson, because I learned that no matter how great I think I am, the only thing that really matters is the work that you put in. Right. And so I just got serious about sales, because I was lousy at sales, about how to train, because I'm entertaining. I can tell a story, but how do you actually train? I had to get coaching. I had to learn how to do it. I read books, I did videos, I just did everything. And that is how I worked my way up to number 1. But I want you to know, I started out as number 300 out of 300.
Wow. That is, I mean, Most people would have just said, okay, I didn't get this. I don't know if I want to get back on stage, but
But I knew it was my fault,
yeah,
right? I knew that I did not prepare. And so, what are your first steps in becoming a better communicator? Get some help.
right.
Prepare. Prepare. Don't think you can do it by yourself.
Absolutely. Wow. Now, I know you mentioned some training that you do. Do you have anything that's coming up on the horizon that may be coming up soon that people might want to
Yep.
sign up for? Or
Yep. I have a 3-day event coming up in September 15th, 17th, and 18th.
uh-huh.
September 15th, 17th, and 18th. It is called the Master Storyteller Academy, a 3-day virtual intensive. And look, it's called an intensive because it's intense, not
Okay.
for me, but for the audience.
Mhm.
We are going to show you, you are going to walk through discovering your story, your signature story, that story that tells the world who you are and why we should care. We're going to help you develop it. How do you bring in the emotion? What is the universal theme that you need to have in that story? And you're going to have the opportunity to deliver it over and over and over again over the course of 3 days. And so it's called the Master Storyteller Academy. You can actually go to www.masterstorytelleracademy,
Mhm.
or you can send me an email, star@starbabatoon.com. Okay, I know it says starbabatoon@yahoo.com. That's good too. Let's do that.
Okay.
Starbabatoon@yahoo.com. Send me an email, and in the subject, put Master Storyteller Academy or put MSA, MSA, and I'll give you more information on that. So that's what we have coming up next.
All right. So tell me, Star, if you had one piece of advice to leave for our viewers and our listeners, what would that advice be?
The advice be is the advice is pretty much my tagline: to embrace your inner light and to be the star that you were born to be. I believe that we were all endowed with certain gifts,
Mhm.
talents, abilities,
Yes.
and it is a waste. It is an insult to the gift giver when you don't actually use the gift that you've been given. And
Wow.
so, and I know we got a lot of reasons for hiding our light, for dimming our voices. I know, but I'm going to invite you to embrace your inner light and be the star that you were born to be.
Wow. Great information, great nuggets that again that you've shared with us. Again, to my viewers, you've been listening to Star Babatoon. And Star, tell us again how we can reach out to you, your website, your email, and any other ways to connect with you. Let us know how we can do that.
All right. Well, I am Star Babatoon on all the social media. Just Star Babatoon, at Star Babatoon. Hashtag Star Babatoon. So you can connect with me there. My website is starbabatoon.com, starbabatoon.com, and my email. We're gonna match up the email we have here, which is starbabatoon@yahoo.com, starbabatoon@yahoo.com. Otherwise, my email is star@starbabatoon.com. Here's another thing. Here's another thing I'm going to give you. If you want to get on my calendar, have a conversation with me, you can go to connectwithstar.com. Connectwithstar.com. Go to connectwithstar.com. That's my link tree. So you're going to get access to my calendar. I've got a free gift for you. You'll
All
see there it's called How to Tell a Captivating Story. So you can grab that, and then you can see what else I'm up to.
And that's connectbarbatoon.com.
Connect with Star.
Connect with Star. Barbatoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I
Like,
love it. I love it. Again, you've been listening and viewing the Success for Women show. We are here every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just want to give you some information on some things that's coming up. Would like for you to join me on September 9th from 11 a.m. to 12 noon for our monthly entrepreneurial connections event. With this event, you'll be able to tell everyone what you do and what you need for your business. This is for business women. and you must register. So to do so, just send me an email at info@exwsi.com. Also, on September 13th, mark your calendar for there will be an online workshop on discover how to leverage government contracts for your business. Now, this is going to be hosted by Colleen Biggs, and it starts at 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So to register for that, you go to www.colleenbiggs.net. And you absolutely must make sure to mark your calendar and join me September 18th through the 25th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Black Business Olympics. As you know, the Black Business Olympics will showcase Black businesses, Black business owners, thought leaders, and corporations for 24/7 days straight during that week. The Black Business Olympics serves as a fundraiser for students to obtain scholarships and laptops for school. And if you know a student that would like to apply for the scholarship, they can go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. That's www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. And I definitely have to let you know to make sure to go and view my TEDx talk that I did in Vancouver, Canada in December. The topic is Show Up to Rise Up. Of course, it's on YouTube. And to watch the video, you can just put my name in the search box, Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, or you can email me at info@exwsi.com and I'll send you the direct link. But I'm so excited because I now have 95,859 views as of today. So remember, we're pushing for 100,000 and then for 1 million. That's the goal, 1 million plus views. So I want to thank all of you in advance for those of you that have supported me in watching and sharing this video and just pushing it out there. And don't forget that I'm also a contributing writer for Own It magazine. I contribute an article every month to the magazine. And Own It is a resource for personal, professional, and business development. So just make sure that you take a look at that. If you want to get a subscription to the magazine, you can go on my website, which is www.exwsi.com. You can get a subscription. You can also, if you want to be featured in the magazine, you can also do that. So just let us know. Again, all that's on the website. You'll be able to take advantage of any of those things. But make sure that you do look at the magazine to read some of my articles that I submit monthly. Again, I want to thank my guest, Ms. Star Babatune Esquire. And let me just say that again. What is it? Engaging. Wait a minute. Engaging, knowledgeable, entertaining, and impactful. That was my guest tonight. So I want to thank all of you. You've been viewing and listening to the Successful Women Show. I am your host, Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis. And if you'd like to reach out to me, again, it's info@exwsi.com or go to my website, www.exwsi.com. And while you're there, you can download my free 3-part video series on 3 things every woman should do to position herself for executive leadership. Make sure also that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this episode because we've gotten some great nuggets from my guest tonight. And don't forget that we are here every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Successful Women Show. I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, helping women to accelerate the path to success. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you to my phenomenal guests Star Babatoon Esquire, for joining us tonight. I love you all to life. And as always, be well and stay safe out there.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. Yes, that's his given name. No, don't look into it. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, turtle, cat, turtle, frog, hamster, fish,
Goldie?
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors on every lane, drive, and even a few cul-de-sacs brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies.
You guys are so cute.
Bunnies.
You are so cute.
Bunnies.
You're so cute.
Bunnies everywhere. A lifelong lover of Laporte, Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms.
Hi, how you doing? How is she? Did you meet Jackie? Jackie, Barbara, Jackie? This is Betsy.
The only problem?
Okay.
There were more appointments than he could manage.
Yes, I'm gonna get to you. Give me a second. We're gonna get you in real soon. Don't worry, all right? And then...
That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers spending potential that's built for his changing business needs. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, who's actually more of a bird guy. But that's just between us. And with spending power built for business purchases, he used his card to furnish a new exam room with extra tail space. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserved.
All right, Julio, man, that was great, man.
And everyone was happy. Especially these guys. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, host of the Success for Women show, which airs every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our mission is to help women accelerate the path to success. Women in the workplace, women in business, and women who aspire to become business owners, live their dreams, and reach their goals. So join us Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.